Yes, indeed. We've been driving around here in a place called Inanda, which is one of the areas that registered the highest number of murders as well as the rape. Those are the contact crimes that increased by more than 18% nationally, as well as Umlazi here in KwaZulu-Natal. So those are the crime hotspots when it comes to the contact crime, counting murder as well as the rape, which is not so surprising because it has always been these two areas, in particular Umlazi as well as Inanda. What is also surprising, but it may also add to the police work, is that Plesisle, which is in Pietermaritzburg, has registered a lowest number, or it just decreased a record when it comes to the murder as well as the rapes that are usually very high on that particular area, places there in Pietermaritzburg. This time around, having registered less than what is usually recorded in that area. But I am here in Inanda area, which registered a number of rapes as well as the murders. As I'm stepping out of the shot, Umapoloba Ungobo, the old hands, showing you just the area of Inanda, which is made up of many areas. I may say that it also includes areas such as Amawoti, where we are in particular. There are areas which is named after Mozambique, Angola, as well as Uganda. So those are some of the areas that are situated right here in Inanda area. So having spoken to a number of people, some of them are saying that they cannot speak on camera, but we do have a few that will talk to us so that they can share with us the root cause, but mainly the Shipins. Pegicele, the police minister, having said a number of times in his previous visits that usually this area has got more Shipins or taverns, more than the number of churches that are found in this area. But let's talk to the CPF now, the Community Policing Forum, PRO, right here in Inanda area, Baba Umbongeni Pewa, who's going to tell us about some of the reasons these areas in particular are recording this high number of rapes as well as the murders. Babu Pewa, just tell us about the root cause and also some of the strides that you are making in order to ensure that you do root out such a criminal element found in this area.
Thank you, sir. The root cause of the crime in this area, one, is insufficient of the policemen in our area. We don't have a manpower which can make the things happening in the area. That is frustrating alone, because we're always talking about this thing to our MEC to think about the shortage of the policemen that we are having in our area. Seemingly, it doesn't happen. That is number one. Two, a number of shippings, because of the unemployment, the people, they end up having illegal shippings where they just get that, the people get that there and just drink throughout the night. Only find that when they are going back home in 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, they are just being raped, they are just being killed. All those things made us as a community policing forum to think, what is it that we should do? Because we can see that there's nothing much can done by the policemen alone. That is why we've gathered together all the crime fighters who were operating illegally previously, like Umkumbigano, Mbombela, Neighborhood Watch, and more others. We sat down and said, guys, please come on board so that we will try to come up with a thing we can just combat the crime on our areas. We have tried to implement those things we have came up with in the meeting that we had at Umjeben on the 2nd August this year. And I can see that it's slowly happening. But I'm primarily believe that maybe in the future we will be done as others, that the crime rate will become down drastically, because we are trying our level best to make the things happening. But at the present moment, because of the unemployment rate and the matter of not having a sufficient policeman, it's just contributing in this crime we're facing in our area, sir.
Okay. According to the latest crime stats, misunderstandings, altercations are some of the contributing factors that has resulted in a number of, a high record number of crime rates that is happening. Were those also mentioned here? Is it something that you are experiencing in this area?
Absolutely. That is what we are experiencing in our area. Because now, I think to say this, the people they can drink in our areas, and they like to take an alcohol whereas they are not working. That is why they are just going to the shipping after they being find themselves as victims of the junkies where they were just drinking. That is why we have just organized to talk to the shippings, talk to the taverns, so that they will close at a certain time, so that you will just taking a patrol and try to survive these people, because we will escort them from the point where they were drinking to their home, so that they will just come their home as safe as they are. Okay. We are trying to do that, and it's helping. It's helping, yeah.
Are you perhaps satisfied with the number of the manpower here? We can see that you are next to a satellite police station, which are 3 in Inanda alone, saving the MJ Beni police station, which is only 1 police station in the whole area of Inanda.
So it's not at all. Even the ratio of this of these policemen is 1:1,000. That means one policeman should service about 1,000 houses, not people, 1,000 houses. That is impossible. It can't happen like that. That is why we ended up saying, no, let's try to just give them a help wherever we can do, because there's nothing they can do alone. And on top of that, some of them have just taken a retirement, yet others they are bored, others they are suspended because of the criminality they committed. So we don't have a sufficient policemen in the entire area of Inanda. But what we have tried to demand the department to make this satellite to be a independent police station. Okay. And I've just heard that it's going to be a independent police station. Maybe in the near future we'll be talking a different story from today onwards.
Okay. Let's now try to talk to some of the community members. Sicela ukukhuluma nawe nje sila kafushane. Sibheke isimo senu ukuthi njengabantu besifazana abahlala lapha eNanda, siyazi ukuthi le ndawo ibalwe njengezinye ehamba phambili kwezobugebengu, kanjalo futhi nokudlwengulwa noma kokuphatha kabi abantu besifazana. Nina nje abantu besifazane la endaweni, uzoqala ungitshela igama nesibongo sisihlangana nje manje sokubambela.
Igama lami ndingu-Olwethu owakwaSibhala. La ngihlala lapha eNanda. Lana ubugebengu bukhona. Masafonela amaphoyisa ezazosisiza, and nento ezikanjalo ze-rape zokuhlukumeza abantu besifazane sikhona. Amaphoyisa ezazosisiza masisiza la epolice station sisizakala sicela uncedo.
Uma uthi ubala izinto zabantu besifazane, kukhona amathuthuzela care center, ngabe mhlambe izona zinto lezi enikezelwa zona, singabe sisibalula ukuthi mhlawumbe ngomunye wabantu abakade bahlukumezeka, just nje mhlawumbe ungaconfirm noma aqinisekisi lokho, just ungakhuluma nje general ngoba si live okwamanje. Ngabe zikhona izinto ezifana nethuthuzela care center la kunakekele khona abantu besifazane mhlawumbe abahlukumezekile emeni ithinta ukudlwengula kanye noma ikuphi ukuhlukumezeka?
Asazi sibe nazo indawo ezithuthuzela abantu besifazane. So kodwa bakhona vele abahlukumezekile, but abanawo ama-enga, bafuna amasizo. But asazi ukuthi uyabo like umuntu ngamsaphi ukuze asizakale. Abantu abarechwayo, umuntu abene-enga benalento ukuthi enohlukumezekile emqondweni athathe kancane abazali bakhe, siyadinga kona usizo lukanjalo. Ngoba bakhona
mhlawumbe nje abantu besifazane niyakubona ngilokhu hlukumezeka kwabantu besifazane, ngabe yini kahle hle yenza ukuthi abantu besifazane kakhulukazi le ndawo nje in particular kube khona ukuhlukumezeka ngako enibhekene nakho?
Zizigebengu namaphara, uthi uzihambele endleleni kuhlithi ifoni yakho, isigebengu singena endlini uvuke sengena phone njenganamhlanje nje. Ukhona ovuke sengenayo ifoni yakhe belele ebusuku evuka sewuvule eminyango. Ungazi ukuthi uzothi ngubani, uzoreport emaphoyiseni uzothi ngubani oyibileyo. So izinto ezikanjalo, into ezihleli nazo lana.
Okay. So mhlambe engathi nikunxuse emaphoyiseni uthi akwenze kuphi kahle hle nje abantu abahlala kule ndawo?
Xa ngicinga njengoba bahlala lana ukuthi late kanje kube ngesikhathi abantu besebesendlini like lento yamakhansela yamakomiti ukuthi ena ngo-10:30 makuvalwe emathaveni, ngo-9:30 abantu mabese besezindlini. Eyonto bisenzakala but ibisiza yona ngokubona kwami ukuthi abantu ngesikhathi esithile mabesendlini kube khona abantu abapatrolayo phandle abagadayo ukuthi uyaphi. Like umuntu wodwa ke kuye kumuntu ogqokile into yesonto oya esontweni nomuntu obuye emsebenzini. Bakhona abantu abasebenza late, khona abantu abasonto abahambe baye esontweni ngemigqibelo baye ezinkonzweni late yabo kanje bayeka bakanjalo. Kodwa umuntu ohamba ebusuku like edakiwe like ongaziwayo uyokwenzana okwenza ubugebengu bebekwazi ukumnqoba.
Kungane amathaveni la avale till very late, mhlambe uwona futhi angabe a contributor kwe crime?
Avalwa later sazi ukuthi ungane avala modern kanye la ko1 kube mnxa kuvala ithaveni nala nje onke nje amathaveni avala kade lapha emathaveni. Kodwa kufuneka sicela usizo nkosi yami bayamotshakalelwa abanye abantwana. Nathi maybe nalapho sizoba lapho simotsiste kufikela isikhathi soba simotshakalelwe. Amaphoyisa ancedisane nathi namakhansela kuhlalwe phansi kudikidwe lento kubukwazi ukuthi amaphoyisa ahlangane ancedisane nathi ake ayenza lento amaphoyisa apha nje ezivekini. Sathi siyabona la ngo10 khona amaphoyisa adlula ngasendlini khona la udayisa khona ijika bethu abantu kuthiwa sikhathi sini isilesi abantu bephandle. Ungathi angaphinde futhi adibane namakomiti uncediswane enze nje kanjalo kungaze kube khona abantu abamotshakalelwa and nguDisemba manje.
Okay, siyabonga. Well, there you have it. The community member here, she's saying that it did happen that police were patrolling this area. There was a high police visibility patrolling this area even after hours after 10, because they are saying a number of taverns and ship-ins open up until very late. They usually they must close their business at about 10 p.m. but most of the time they open up to 1 a.m. or early in the morning. So she's calling on police to ensure that they do patrol this area. She's also saying that as women, they are facing the abuse at the hands of their, local people here in this area. She's calling on the local police to ensure that they do help them, and also do have a Tutuzela care center, of which they do not have that care center, which is for taking care of the survivors of the abuse of crime as well as violence that is being perpetrated against women and children that are placed in a number of police stations. Here in this area, they've got 3 satellite police stations. They also have one main police station in the name of Mchebeni police station. So that's why Baba Upewa, the CPF PRO, saying that as the CPF in this area, they're very worried about the crime that is happening, but they've also made some strides in order to root out the criminal element that is usually in this area of Inanda.
Certainly a very concerning situation for the residents of Inanda. That they are reporter Vusi Khumalo bringing us the latest from KwaZulu-Natal.